Welcome and thank you for joining me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Dominique and today I am going to be guiding you through a power Pilates standing workout. This workout is really a fusion between strength training and Pilates in which we will combine principles of both. For this workout, we will be using dumbbells. I have chosen two 5-pound dumbbells, which I have placed at the top of my mat. You can go ahead and open up another browser and get some music going. And whenever you have your weights and your mat laid out, we can go ahead and get started. We will face towards the front of the mat. And I would say to be about at the top third of your mat. And then go ahead and hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, lower yourself down, grab the weights. Palms will face in towards the body and then release the crown of the head down towards the mat. And just take a few rounds of breath here. Check in with the body. And then wherever you are in your breath cycle, empty the breath completely. Together we inhale through the nose. Open mouth, release, let that go. Seal the lips. Find weight distribution all through four corners of the feet. We will start with some roll-ups here. So we grab onto the weights, palms facing towards the body, and then ragdoll, lift yourself up, stack vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way up to standing, arms stay in front of the body. One's chin is parallel to the earth. Tuck the chin and roll yourself back down. We do that again, ragdoll, hang heavy, lift yourself all the way up, stack the vertebrae. One's chin is parallel to the earth. Release back down. Two more times, just like that. Gentle warm up through the posterior chain. At the same time, taking the opportunity to check in with the body, to come to the breath, and to center ourselves to prepare for movement. This will definitely be a fiery class, so enjoy the calm before the storm. And then this last time when you come to standing, we stay upright. We will start with left leg forward and step right foot back about halfway. We prepare for a one-legged deadlift here. We do have a combo movement, so I'll guide you through it before we begin. Back knee is slightly bent. This time you might want to have your palms facing towards one another, but if it feels more comfortable for you to have the palms facing in towards the body as you lower down, you can do that as well. So this is what the movement is going to look like, and we'll do this on both sides. We'll start with a one-legged deadlift, hinge at the hips, flat back energy, lower yourself down, and then lift yourself back to standing, drive through the heel. Once you come into standing, rock the weight forward, and then extended leg kick back. Then you'll lower the toes back down, slightly shift the weight back, bend back through your right knee, and we go right back into the one-legged deadlift. So I'll show that one more time. Lift up, shift the weight forward, extended leg kick back, lower the toes back down, right into the one-legged deadlift. So go ahead and join me now. We lower ourselves for the one-legged deadlift. Lift yourself up, shift the weight forward, extended leg kick back, lower down. So we keep moving through this. Perhaps you connect the breath with the movement, and each time you find the extended leg kick back, really engage through right glute. And every time you lift through the deadlift, make sure you drive through left heel. And if whenever you come down from your kickback, if your legs are a little wide, that's okay, just adjust. Take your time here. Find a focal point to help you with balance. It's okay if you lose your balance. Just make your way back. No attachment or judgment. Take your time. The leg will start to fatigue pretty quickly with these deadlifts. We only have a few more. Last 3 here. Last 2. Last 1. Now, once you lower your right leg down from the extended kickback, you'll begin to rotate to the right side of the mat, heel slightly in, toes slightly out, lift your weights, we go right into a squat. Lower yourself down and lift, lower down and lift. So slow and controlled movement here, just like we do in Pilates. Weight is into the heels. Really drive the heels into the earth as you lift up. If my words sound a little bit funny, it's because I'm breathing heavy. Keep moving. Keep breathing. We have a few more here, and then we'll rotate to the back of the mat to move right into the other leg. Last 3. Sit the booty back. Last 2. Last 1 here. Now once you come all the way up to standing, rotate towards the back. This time right leg will be forward. You can walk your left foot in a little bit if you need. Then we go right down into the deadlift. Lift yourself up, shift the weight forward, extended leg kick back. Lower the toes down, shift the weight back, then you lower right into your single leg deadlift. Lift yourself up, shift the weight forward, extended leg kick back. You know where we're going, same exact thing that we did on the other side. Take your time, find your focal point. Again, each time you kick back, really squeeze through left glute. Each time you lift up through the deadlift, really drive through right heel. Now this whole time, we're still keeping our core engaged, so don't forget to knit the ribs in and to bring in the core engagement. The core engagement helps to keep us stable. Imagine everything is pulling in towards center line. Last few here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, and just how we went into the squats on the other side, we'll do it on this side too. So after you lower your foot down from the extended leg kickback, rotate to the long side of the mat. If your feet are a little bit wide, bring them back in, heels in, toes out, weights up, lower to the squat, lift. Lower down into the squat, lift, lower, and lift. Keep moving, keep breathing. Again, drive through the heels. Make sure you have that squeeze at the top. Again, find your focal point. Core is still engaged. We have a few more, and then we'll add a little pulse. Some of you might be cursing me right now, that's okay. You'll thank me later. Last 2. On this last one, hold at the bottom, little pulse up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up this time. Shift the heels out, hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, lower yourself down, take a break. Ooh. Perhaps you take a big inhale and exhale out of the mouth. Take your time. And then we'll grab the weights into the hands,
Same way that we ragdolled up at the beginning of class, we'll do that right now. This time the legs are wide, so a little bit of a different variation. Come all the way up, and then we'll roll back down. Little spinal reset here. Roll all the way up and roll back down. So sometimes the deadlifts can cause a little bit of tension in the back. Attending to that now. Last one, and then we have another combo. Hold at the top. And then this time, we'll still keep the feet wide, but if you're closer towards the back long side of the mat, you might just want to walk yourself forward a little bit, because we'll go into a curtsy lunge, and we just want to make sure if there's anything behind you that you do not hit it or trip. So again, I'll show you what we're going to do first, and then we'll start our count. So this time we have a wide leg deadlift, a little bit of a bend through the knees, hinge at the hips, lower yourself down. Then you'll lift up. Once you come to the top, you'll step left foot back, curtsy lunge, lift yourself up, step out, another deadlift, lift all the way up, curtsy lunge to the left this time, lower yourself down and lift up. So now we start, okay? So we start at the center, lower down for your deadlift, hinge, lift, curtsy lunge to the right, lower, lift, wide legs. Again, deadlift down, lift, curtsy lunge to the left, lower, and lift. Now, I'm gonna give you an option to make this a little bit more difficult if you would like. So nothing changes in the deadlift. What will change is whenever you go into the curtsy lunge, perhaps you add a bicep curl. And then we'll step the legs wide, regular wide leg deadlift, really squeeze through the glutes as you lift, curtsy lunge to the left, and perhaps you bicep curl. Now, if you would like, you can do a bicep curl on only one side, but play around. See what works best for you. This is your practice, your workout. If you want to keep this more lower body focused, then just keep the arms alongside the body as you go into your curtsy lunge. If you want to add in a little bit more of a dynamic component, that's when you'll add in the arms. Keep moving. Really control the pace. It's okay if it's a little bit different than mine. We have quite a few of these. So this is where we really want to center. We really want to focus. We also really want to connect to the movement, cultivate the mind-body connection here. See if you can really tune in and feel the engagement through the glutes and back of the legs in the deadlift, and perhaps through the front quad in the curtsy lunge. Now don't forget, whenever you go into the wide deadlift, we're in a similar foot position as we did in the squat, where heels are slightly in, toes are slightly out. We have a few more. Last 3 on each side. Take your time. Last 2. And then we have one more on each side here. Pass through the center. Last curtsy lunge to the right. Back through the center. Last curtsy lunge to the left. And then we'll come back to the center. One more wide deadlift. And bring yourself all the way up. Heel toe the feet in so they're underneath the hips. Lift the weights, open the elbows. We want to bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Now we have a march. Lift right knee, lower right foot. Lift left knee, lower left foot. Lift right knee, lower right foot. Lift left knee, lower left foot. Keep moving here. Really try to engage through your lower abdominals to lift the leg. You'll also feel this through your quad. Probably definitely the shoulders too. You can always lower the arms if you need, but by lifting the arms, it helps work the core and stability just a little bit more. Last few on each side. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring the weights in, lower them down. Now this time weight will come into left foot and extend your right foot out, point through right toes. We want to keep the weight that's in right hand heavy on right leg, and the weight in left hand will help stabilize us a little bit. Bend through left knee. Now we just have a side leg lift over to the right, lower down, lift and lower. So again, you can keep this just a lower body exercise, or if you want to make it full body, you'll extend through the arm as you lift the leg. So it's up to you. You can add on if you would like. Whatever you choose, make sure you still have your core engagement, the mind-body connection, your focus, and your breath. A few more here, and then we go right to the other side. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now the weight shifts over towards right leg. Same thing, point through left toes. Weight is heavy on left leg. Lift and lower, lift and lower. If you're adding the upper body, you'll find the shoulder press as you lift the leg. Otherwise, you can keep this strictly a lower body movement. I don't know about you, but my legs are definitely fatigued. Make sure you're bending through your right knee. Ribs knit in. Find your focal point for balance. Few more here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Weight comes back to center. This time we move into a plie squat. So legs will be wide, heels in, toes out, weights come in. Now again, your choice if you would like to add an arm movement. So we'll bend through the knees, lower down, and lift. If you want to add the arms as you lower, extend the arms overhead, lift, arms come back in. So lower, extend arms overhead, lift, come back in. Remember, the arm movement is optional. So you can keep the weights in towards the shoulders the whole entire time if you would like. Really drive through the heels here. Squeeze through the glutes. Core is engaged, ribs knit in. We have a few more. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1 here, hold at the bottom. If weights are overhead, bring them back down. Little pulse, lift and lower, lift and lower. Squeeze through the glutes. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift. Find your way into a forward fold. Release the weights. Take your time here. You can rock the legs back and forth if you would like.
We have one more movement and then we are done. Yes, you can. Heel toe the feet back together. The feet will be underneath the hips. Grab your weights, palms facing towards one another, and then lift yourself all the way up to standing. So rock the weight back into the hips, bend through the knees, slight hinge forward, and then you'll lower down, really sit the booty back as much as you can and drive to lift. Lower back down, sit the glutes back as much as you can and lift. Lower down and lift. Keep moving here. So I guess this is kind of like a traditional deadlift. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it at the gym where you stand in this like contraption and there's these handles on the inside. This kind of mimics that movement. Really keep the engagement through the glutes. Drive through the heels. Lift up, lower down. Lift and lower. Few more rounds, then we have our stretch and you are done for the day. Last 4 here. Last 3. Definitely gonna need a shower after this one. Last 2. Last 1. Come all the way up, get rid of the weights. You are done with them. We will face towards the front of the mat, make your way into a forward fold, and then prance through the legs. Bend one knee as the other leg straightens. Move back and forth. And then release, forward fold. Then ragdoll yourself back up to standing. We'll move into a quad stretch. So if you have a wall or something you can use for balance, go ahead and do so. If not, you can just take the balance challenge, weight into left foot, extend your right leg back, quad stretch through right leg. Ooh, man, that feels so good after this workout. And then we'll take this into a figure 4 stretch. So you'll bring your right knee in towards the chest, ankle on top of left leg, sit yourself back. Again, if you have something to help you with balance and support, go ahead and find it. This will be a stretch through the glute, outer hip. Lift yourself up. We go to the other side. You can always turn around if you're using a wall like I am. And we find the quad stretch on left leg. Perhaps you find deeper inhales and exhales to allow the breath to slow. And then into the figure 4, just like we did on the other side. Press yourself all the way up. We'll go into a side stretch. So step left foot behind your right, hands overhead, stretch your left side body. Perhaps you press your heel down to the earth to find a calf stretch through left leg. Lift yourself back up. We move right into the other side. Man, this feels good all through the leg, the hip. And then release, come back to standing. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I know that was a tough one. You were a trooper. Keep at it, keep it up. Lots of hard work. Be proud of yourself. Be sure to hydrate. If you really enjoyed this workout, please be sure to hit the like button below, comment, and share. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.